right.
We're back.
We're back.
And we're late.
Oh, that was back.
Party foul.
Party foul. We're party people, so it's okay.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We saw Nate Bargatze this weekend.
Holy cow. Well, not this weekend. It was on
Wednesday
night. That was, so Nate Bargatze, those of you, if you don't know, he is a comedian.
Very hilarious. Look him up.
Tennessee kid.
Yeah. Yeah, he's from Tennessee.
He is from Tennessee. He talks about that a little bit. Very funny. So this was a birthday present to you. And
Ralph tagged along, too.
We had Ralph tag along.
Yeah.
And so he had a show at the Wynn. In fact, I think he's there. He was there last night. He's there again tonight. If you get this, we'll post this today. So if you get this on March, whatever today is.
I think it's the 23rd.
Sure. Then, go check it out if it's not sold out already. It probably is sold out.
Yeah, he's hilarious. My favorite joke from him by far was either the one where he's like protecting the water, and he's like, just shoot at the light.
Yeah, so he talks about. So let's give a little bit of background on this, right? So he is. He's talking about like how after 9/11, like stuff was crazy, and so he had a job. He was a water meter reader.
Yeah, so basically you just go around and you look at the water, like whatever, where the meter is on the water pipe thing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is how much water they've used, write it down. And so after 9/11 had happened, a team of these water meter readers were assigned to go stand post at these water towers.
Because they thought they're going to poison, like, their water, like, in Tennessee, in, like, a super small town.
Yeah, so it's like, obviously the next step is they blew up the towers. Step 2 is we have to go after small town Tennessee's water.
Yeah.
And so it's funny because he talks about, so what did they arm him with?
So they gave him a lantern.
A lantern.
So he's like, I can't even see like 2 feet in front of me. It's like you're like
you're like peering through, trying to see people, and they can see you.
Yeah, they can see you very clearly, but you can't see them. And so they're talking about like if they're out there, just shoot at the light, because I mean that's where he is.
Yeah, there's a guy with a lantern. Shoot him.
Yeah. What is he doing out at this hour?
So one of my favorite jokes that he told was he talked about like at times he gets in a fight with his wife.
Yeah.
And so, he had realized like, one of the things that I do in this marriage is I do my own laundry. And so he's like, you know what? Next time we get in a fight, I'm holding on to this card. And when it gets tense, I'm going to be like, you know what? You don't even appreciate me. I do my own laundry.
Yeah.
As if like that was going to be the biggest like mic drop.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, she can't even get back from that.
Yeah, like Uno reverse card, like bam, how are you going to return that one?
You're like, oh, snap.
And so he said he held on to this one for like 6 months. And so somehow an argument pops up about whatever. And just true to his word, he's like, oh, is this it? This is it. Like, all right, finally, I got an opportunity to use this. I'm going to drop this mic.
Yeah.
And he says, you know what? You don't even know how good you got it. I do my own laundry.
And then she's like, oh.
And it turned around on him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you're, I do laundry for Renee and I. Like I fold the laundry. I do the laundry.
Yeah.
It's something I've been doing for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And actually, I think since Renee started going back to school is kind of when it started. And so on the other day I was folding laundry and I sent her a picture of the laundry pile. And I said, hey, just so you know, in case you want to get in a fight later, I'm holding on to this card. So good luck winning that argument.
Yeah, but also another one of my favorite jokes that he told was like his wife doesn't want another dog because it's like, it's so much work. He's like, it's so much work. You just have to open up the back door.
Yeah, I got 2 dogs running out of the house now.
He's like, and then he's like, oh, now I have to open it to let them back in. You're like, 1, 2, too many.
Yeah, he's funny. Look, Nate, he's funny. He's clean. So one of the things, this is the 3rd time I've seen Nate Bargatze at the Wynn.
Yeah.
And the first 2 times, well, actually, I get all 3 times, he has his dad as an opening act.
Which is always, like, really cool. And he used to be a clown, and then he was a magician.
He graduated being a magician.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we're on the cheap seats because I'm a baller, but I'm not that big of a baller. Bringing my kids to a comedy show, and so we're going up to our seats, and this guy's chasing us down.
Yeah, so and he has these cool like Where's Waldo glasses, and he's like, "Hey, wait a minute," and he's old, he's on the older side, and he's
probably
like,
70s or so.
Yeah, that's what I would say, and so he's like, Nate always asked me Nate always says that he likes like when kids show up to his shows, so he's like, we're like, oh yeah, and so. And he said he's like not saying like Nate, he's saying like Nathaniel, and so you're like, oh, or like Nathan, I think, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm Nate's dad, and so we're like, oh what, and so he shows us this magic trick, and it just blows my mind. Like you think like once, like if you see magic on TV, it's usually fake or something, but it's just so cool in person. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so he did like, hey, pick a card, so he picked like a 10 of spades.
Yeah.
He didn't even see the card. He didn't see the card that you had picked.
Yeah.
You held it in your hand, and then he put the card in, you were wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, into my hoodie pocket.
And so he puts the card in your hoodie pocket, and then he goes through and he says, he goes through his deck.
Yeah.
And he pulls out your card, except for it was blue. So the deck was red.
Yeah.
And he pulls out your card, which was the 10 of spades, and it was blue.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, hold it. And so I'm like, and then he goes and he grabs a different card out of my pocket. And I'm like feeling my pocket and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool trick. And then somehow, then he showed, I can't remember how, somehow he showed a card to Ralph. And it was like an ace or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that was the card that was in your pocket, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't even know. But also he had the deck and he showed you the back and then he showed you the front and you could see all the numbers and stuff. He flipped it around, showed you it again. Everything was gone.
Everything was white.
It was just a blank. It was just blank. And so then he gave it to us and we were looking through, gave us the deck and we were just looking through and stuff. And so then we gave it back. He's like, yeah, we gave it back to him, and then he flipped it back around, and it was there again. I was like,
super. So first of all, I thought it was really cool that he took some time to just find some kids, show us some magic, take a picture with them, kind of brighten our day. I thought it super cool, super classy, and then a fun, funny show.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, so look, he has some Netflix specials. If you have Apple Music, you can find a handful of his comedy albums on Apple Music.
Yeah.
And so Nate Bargatze, Bargatze, definitely worth the listen. If you're driving on a trip, you got the family, pull that thing up, man. Your kids will be rolling. It's like Jim Gaffigan, but in a different type of funny.
Yeah, and it's clean. There's no bad words.
No bad. Yeah, he's a very clean comic, which is very rare because a lot of times they just go to stupid sex jokes and they drop F-bombs and he's clean. He keeps it clean. Well, that's awesome. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad that we were able to do that.
Yeah.
Something we were talking about last week. Actually, we were talking about last week and we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And so now we need to talk about it this week.
And it is rich, but I don't. You said it.
I don't know what you want to talk about. It's flexes, things that people do.
Yeah, it's like...
It's like, oh, look at me, I'm so awesome, I'm going to flex this, whatever.
It's like when you flex your muscles, but it's just yeah.
All right, so what are some things that you've seen people do? Well, let's give an example. What's an example of a flex?
Very large tips in cash.
Okay, so let's... Give us an example of that. Let's not name names or nothing, but give us an example of something you've seen.
So, I've seen people, after they, get a meal, they're just oh, the waiter will just be coming by, and then you're like, excuse me, waiter, and they'll just put, a $20 bill on their plate or something like that.
It's instead of just doing it hey, I'm signing, including the tip, or I'm just going to leave the tip on the table. It's you kind of make a deal here, I'm handing this to you.
Yeah, and everybody's kind of whoa, what is he doing?
Look at that big baller right there, huh? Okay. So here's David does this flex. I don't know if he even listens to this podcast.
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
He probably doesn't. He doesn't love us.
Yeah, if you are listening to this podcast, David, then good for you.
Yeah, good for you, Dave. Give us, hey, if you respond, if you come to us and tell us that you listened to this episode within a week, we'll buy you Chipotle.
For free. And me too. You're going to buy me Chipotle too.
I can't buy it for you because now you're going to tell David to come listen to it, and then there's free Chipotle. So,
okay.
So if you listen to this, Jonathan's buying you Chipotle.
Oh, okay.
All right, so David does this. So he has his cell phone, and he doesn't have a phone case.
And it's like, oh yeah, if I break it, I can just buy another one.
Yeah, to me, like, cell phones are so expensive, right? They're like $1,000, $1,500, whatever it is. Like, it's not cheap. And so they look beautiful. Like, I love how phones look. I like the Apple phone, the iPhone. Like, they're sexy. They look good. I love how, like, the back is smooth. Like, it just feels good.
Yeah.
But all that doesn't mean anything because if you drop it, then it's gone.
Yeah, the back does not feel good anymore. It's just like shattered everywhere.
Yeah, break glass. And so David's such a big baller that he just goes caseless. He's like, whatever, I can drop this phone and it don't mean nothing to me.
And he constantly flips it. Like,
I know, man.
He like throws it up in the air and spins it and catches it in his hands. And one time he dropped it, but it was okay.
You know, man, he's a big baller. Like David's the kind of guy. Like David has found a niche he's a big thrifter.
Yeah.
And he has been able to find cheap clothing at the thrift store that he has turned around and sold for significant amounts of money. He has bought snowboards for like $40 and he turns around and sold them for $250.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
So he's good. David has an eye for that kind of stuff, and so maybe he's such a big baller that he's like, whatever, man, just another phone. I don't care.
Yeah, you also broken phone.
Yeah. What other flexes you got? There's a flex that you do. I don't know if you do this, but there's a flex that you do.
What do I do?
This is funny to me, and so Key and Peele made a skit about this where they kind of made fun of it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I know what this is. I always wear my hat and I keep the sticker on it to know that it's like, oh yeah, I'm cool. It's brand new and stuff.
Yeah. So help me understand. Like, this is something I don't understand. So please, whatever knowledge you got, elaborate.
I feel like the sticker is also kind of like certification that it's real because it's like not a fake hat, you know?
Yeah, but it's a fitted cap. It has the Major League Baseball logo on the back. Like, you can tell, like, it's not like a fake hat.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, I bought this in Mexico and Tijuana, you know, it's some knockoff. Like, it's clearly obvious.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think the sticker looks cool too.
So that's a your generation thing. Maybe in this is not the old man moment that I'm doing, but this makes me old when I see young kids with the flat bill hat and a sticker on it, and it's just silly. And so, whatever. Like, if to you and your generation that's cool, you do it. I'm not going to be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not cool.
I think I'm cool, but apparently your age group and the listeners, they may disagree. That's gonna be the question on the podcast this week is, am I cool if I don't have a sticker on my hat?
Well, I'm just Josh with you here.
Oh boy, this guy. Well, I'm just gonna go and take the sticker off your hat.
No.
Like, no, I'm not cool anymore.
So pretty recently, or actually yesterday, I went to I performed at high school thing. I don't even know, but
the jazz band competition or music competition.
Yeah, and I didn't see who like won. I think it was like a practice for the big one, but we did extremely good, I think. And then like I had butterflies in my stomach before I went up. I was like, oh boy, because I didn't expect.
Wait, like you literally had butterflies in your stomach?
No, not literally.
Wait, like how did you know that there was butterflies in your stomach? I was super confused. Like, did you go to a butterfly like
before
sanctuary prior to?
Yeah, we went there and I thought it was like the egg was just like a normal hard boiled egg. So
it was a butterfly egg.
Yeah, I just kept on.
I don't think that's how butterflies are formed.
Well, I kept on eating caterpillars.
All right. Anyway, sorry. So keep going on about this competition.
And so
you're super nervous.
Yeah, because usually we just play in the band room and there's nobody watching, and if there is, it's just a kid from our school, and so you can like tell that they're judging you. They're like, oh, that's interesting. And so in the other performances, they didn't have a pianist, and
we're calling it a pianist now.
Yeah, pianist.
We're not going to call it a pianist.
That's not how you say it. It's pianist.
I'm pretty sure it's pianist.
Okay, whatever.
No, I'm serious. It's pianist. It sounds
No.
like penis, but it's pianist.
It's piano.
Dude, it's not. I'm telling you, it is not piano.
Okay, well, so they don't have pianists. They don't have pianists and their other things. And so when I walk into the stage, I'm like the only, and they're like, oh, that's interesting, like writing down notes and stuff. And so
This guy with 2 left hands plays the piano.
would you look at that?
And he has butterflies in his stomach.
He keeps on burping in the middle of the show. Ooh, would you look at that? And so then, I have like a bunch of pages. So like when my band teacher's talking, in the background you can hear my papers ruffling through, and it's like going into the mic. So I'm like, oh boy, but we did really, really good, and I was proud of myself.
So I'll tell you what, one of the things I love that my kids do is the music that is played, right? Addison played a lot of the piano and violin. Aubrey played a good amount of piano. David quit playing the piano. Played a little bit of guitar, but like he never played around us. But like you and Ralph are getting really good at that piano, and it's awesome, and it's super. Like I love it when, you know, it's just a random afternoon and one of you guys is on the piano and you're just jamming, you know, just kind of either making up something or you're, you know, practicing. It's super fun. I really enjoy that. And so, you know, as a father, you want your kids to have opportunities to be better and to improve. And that's a cool thing that you guys do. So I love that you keep doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going with the flex thing yet.
Oh, okay. Another flex?
I got another flex. So, white shoes.
Like brand new shoes?
Brand new shoes. So I think there's 2 types of people that have white shoes.
Yeah.
Right? So there's people that are like white shoes and they're always going to be clean.
Yeah.
And then there's white shoes, I'm getting these things as dirty as I can.
The second one's
So
me.
you're the second one. Like the other day, like when we were in San Antonio, we were on this walking tour. At one point, you're dragging your feet.
And you're like, why are you dragging your feet? I'm like, I'm trying to get my shoes dirty.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, first of all, it's just annoying for everybody around you for you to be kicking up dust.
Yeah.
But then it's like, all right, whatever. Like you want to have dirty shoes, but like white shoe guy, like there's a level of dedication because inevitably those things are getting dirty.
I think it's crazy how people like clean shoes. It's just so cool, you know?
Oh, like shoe shine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about going into like the bathroom and making a shoe shining business, you know? Like
there's opportunities for that. I mean, I don't know if in the middle school bathroom how many people be paying for shoe shine.
Yeah, you never know when people have extra money. Or
Okay. Yeah, I mean is the middle school, is that the market, do you think, for shoe shine?
Sometimes. I mean, people have done it before.
In the middle school?
Yeah.
Bathroom?
I think so.
I generally try to avoid bathrooms in middle school. I don't know. It just seems like that's a weird place to hang out.
Yeah.
We might need to talk to you about something. I mean, you just kind of go, you take care of your business, and get out of there, man. Don't be shut. Maybe set it up outside of the bathroom.
No, but then teachers will come by and they're like, "What are you doing?"
Hey, guess what they need? Shoe shine.
You want me to clean your shoes?
I mean, look, because even in the bathroom, so I have some friends that are elementary school teachers.
Yeah.
And they said one of the grossest things is, so they'll have like a first grader and they're like helping their first grader tie their shoes. And so they're like, oh, kid's trying to do it. He can't do it very well. Or, hey, teacher, can you tie my shoes? Okay.
Yeah.
So teacher's tying their shoes. And then all of a sudden that shoelace is like wet, which means probably they weren't jumping in puddles. It means there's some urination going on that shoelace.
Oh. I think another weird thing about elementary school is they do not have dividers in between the urinals.
Yeah, look, I don't get that. So let's talk bathrooms. Like there's certain things in a bathroom. Like I don't know how much those dividers cost. It can't be very much. I mean, schools cost millions of dollars to build.
Yeah.
We can't spend an extra $1,000 to put dividers in between urinals.
And it's just nasty. It's like gross. I mean,
yeah. I mean, look, and there's creepers there, and so you gotta look. The rule what is the rule for you when you're going pee? Like, do you have any pee going to the bathroom, public bathroom?
Yes.
Rules? Because there guys have rules. I don't know if girls do, but guys, there's definitely unwritten, unspoken rules about going to the bathroom. So what are the rules that you know about? Let's see if you're man enough. You know, you're starting to go through puberty. Let's see if you know these rules.
So first, if there's 2 people on the side, don't go in the middle. Like, just don't go in the middle thing in general. Try to get on the corner.
So if there's five urinals, somebody's in number 1, number 2 is blank, number 3 is used, number 4 and number 5 are open. So you're saying you go to
number 5.
Always give space. That is a man rule.
It's sometimes even if there's like open urinals like next to people, you don't always want to go in them.
So here's another rule that goes along with that some people violate. They're aware that, hey, I need to give space, but they don't know the rule with it, right? So let's say you go to the bathroom and there's 5 urinals. Number 1 is occupied. Some people then will go to urinal number 4 thinking, oh, well, I'm going to give 2 spaces in between. But what they've done now is created, when the third person comes to the bathroom, now they got to saddle up next to somebody peeing.
Yeah.
So do one space. You don't need to do 2 spaces. Or go all the way to number 5.
Yeah, I would go all the way to number 5. And I remember one time, this was in the PE bathroom, and like everybody was like just going like filing through, and there's this one kid that's waiting, and so there's only 3 like urinals, and he doesn't want to go in the middle one, so there's one person on each side, and so whenever he's like standing a little farther back, so whenever somebody switches, another person quickly gets in, and so he's like, I gotta go pee so bad, and so then,
like nobody like saddles up next to anybody, even if you have to go super bad.
Well, no, he ended up going. He ended up going in the middle, but.
All right, so here, any other unwritten rules for going to the bathroom that you have?
No.
All right, so here's another one, and I bet you do this. Maybe you just didn't think that it's a rule. Yeah. All right, so you're in the bathroom. There's no dividers in between.
Yeah.
Eyes forward.
Yeah. Also, always eyes up. You're not gonna
eyes up, eyes forward, and just don't really like if you and I go to the bathroom, we're having a conversation. When we're going to the bathroom, that conversation is on hold.
Yeah, and don't bring food into the bathroom either.
I mean, hey, can you hold this hot dog for me? No, the hot dog over here.
Which one?
Oh man, yeah. So I don't know how many people are bringing food into bathrooms, but
just like if you're like eating a hamburger and you have to go to the bathroom, eat the hamburger first.
Or just say, hey, save my hamburger and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are eating in bathrooms. That is not something I've observed a lot.
Yeah, no, you don't usually eat in bathrooms, but it's just like you're not gonna grab your hamburger and like.
Yeah, I mean, and those of you who can't see what Jonathan just did, he had his left hand high up in the air, and then
his right
hand was down where he would be going to the bathroom, and then he took a bite out of the high hamburger while he was pretending to go to the bathroom. There's times we will look. I made a commitment to myself this past week that we are going to enhance what we do. So I want to set up where we have better microphones. And I want to set it up where we're going to film what we do so that what you just did can be viewed by all. Because that'll just make this even better.
Like the last time I did sign language for Addie, and she didn't get it.
She had no idea what you were saying. She was trying to see it, but she couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So here is a flex, a bathroom flex.
Oh.
Now, people don't do this a lot. And there's 2 variations of it. So one little kids definitely do. The other one is somebody drunk would probably do.
Yeah.
So, drunk version, flex bathroom drunk version.
Yeah.
Is you see how far back you can stand.
Oh boy. Sometimes in the morning, I'll just close the door and I'll see how far back I can go. It's crazy.
That is disgusting because you're spraying all over the floor.
No, but I make it all in.
There's no way.
Most of the time.
Look, you know what? Today's Saturday. Today, you guys do a lot of your chores, and the chore you're doing today is you are cleaning your bathroom floor because that is disgusting.
My.
That is.
I don't even go that far back. It's not like all the way back.
I mean, to me, like drunk flex, like if say somebody's like they've been drinking a lot of stuff, whether it's root beer or water, and it's like one of those pees that like this pee is gonna last about a minute.
Yeah.
Like and when you get older, like me, like your pressure valves they start to slow down.
Yeah.
But when you're young like you, man, like just spray it. See how far you can spray that sucker. That's the flex. Like, I'm about 4 feet away from this this urinal, and I'm gonna spray it in there.
Also, it's not really flex, but it's just like something that people will do on the bus. Like everybody's getting out of their seats and stuff, And so you'll be walking and somebody will put their foot in front of you when it's like all jammed up. And that's kind of like, oh, like you think that you're like higher up and stuff like that.
Oh, I can trip you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I can trip the kid and hurt him. That's really fun. Thanks, middle school friends.
No, it's like so everybody's like in a line, like kind of slowly getting out of the bus. Like we're like slowly inching forward. Somebody might be still getting out of the row and put their foot in front of you so they can like secure.
So they can like secure their spot. Like, hey, this is my part of the line.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. That foot really secured your position there.
Yeah.
Okay, the flex that little kids do when they go to the bathroom is, and you did this. All my boys have done this. It's hilarious.
Wait.
You pull you got to go to pee. You somehow, for some reason, you pull your pants all the way down to your ankles. And that's just a flex. Because, like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I'm not confident enough in myself to go to a bathroom and pull my pants down to my ankles and to pee into a urinal.
One of, like, the things that is really, like, because little kids in elementary school don't really know what they're doing when they're going to the bathroom sometimes. So, not their pants will only be down, so will their underwear.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like it is down to their ankles. Like, butts are just showing up.
Story time.
Let's hear it.
So, I'm like a little kid, and I just have to. We're at a swim party right now, and I have to go pee so bad. And so I get up and I come to you for advice. I'm like, Dad, I have to go pee really bad. And you're like, oh, just go in the pool.
No, so we were at Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Oh, okay. And so you're like, oh, just go in the pool. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I go up, stand to the edge of the pool, drop my pants, and start peeing into the pool.
And so here's where it gets worse, right? So you're like in the shallow end, peeing into the pool.
Yeah.
Which is just hilarious. Again, pants pulled down to your ankles, like, because somehow you couldn't just, whatever. That's just what kids do. And so Grandpa looks over and he sees you peeing in the pool. And he goes, Jonathan, what are you doing peeing in the pool? And I'm like acting surprised too. And I'm like, Jonathan, what are you doing? And then you turn and go, Dad, you told me to. And look, to my defense, swimming pools have so many chemicals in there. And so that's why you put chemicals in a pool so you can pee in it and it's not that big of a deal. And so, look, judge me. Listeners, judge me, look down on me. But you know what? Like, I pee in a pool. I do it. It's just something I do.
You have a hat that says I pee in pools.
I have a hat that declares it. People think it's a funny hat, but it turns out it's a real hat. Like,
yeah, it's not supposed to be funny.
it's like, no, like, literally, just so you know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why you have chlorine. That's why you put shock in pool. That's why you don't open your eyes in a pool. And so anyway, especially you're a little kid in my parents' house. They got hardwood floors. The last thing you want to do is like put a wet kid into the hardwood floor, and then there's tile, and they're gonna slip, and it's like, dude, just go in the pool. Yeah.
So what was I gonna say? Oh, like, I feel like in the future there's gonna be like a really old cranky guy. He's gonna have a pool, and he's like, oh yeah, these kids, come on, go into my pool. And he's not gonna put like chlorine or anything in it, but it's gonna look really clean. And so they're gonna be like, oh, I gotta go pee. And then it's gonna just be yellow all around them.
Well, there's always this joke that there's a chemical you can buy.
Yeah.
That when you pee, it'll like turn it purple.
Actually.
But it's not, I don't think it's real. I don't think it's a real thing. I know there's like a movie like Grown Ups or something, and they use that in that movie, but I don't think that's a real thing.
Oh.
So, I think since we're potentially at some point in the future to be sponsored by Cinemark.
Yeah.
And also in the future potentially going to be sponsored by Old Spice.
Yeah.
I think what we can do today is combine our movie review, even though this podcast doesn't review movies.
Yeah.
And our Old Spice Old Man moment.
Yeah.
So let's do that all in one. So our Cinemark movie
is
and Old Spice Old Man moment
are Kung Fu Panda.
Last week we went and saw Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah, it was. I've given it a C.5.
C.5. So it was funny. It was.
Yeah, there's definitely some funny parts.
Yeah, you got your Jack Black moments. I mean, he's always going to have funny one-liners. Yeah. The story has a good message behind it of like, hey, we need to be nice to each other and let's be kind. But the way I'm going to combine my old man moment with it is I fell asleep in the movie.
Oh.
And almost anytime we go to a kids movie, it is a guarantee I will take a nap.
Yeah. I mean, so it was extremely fast paced. I mean, if they made it probably if they could probably put some extra things within another hour, but they wanted to shorten it down to an hour and 30 minutes.
It felt like it was a short movie, and I don't know if that was because I took about a 15-minute nap in the middle of it.
No, it was extremely short, and then, it was just it's just really short.
But to me, it's a fun movie. I'll watch it again whenever it's on Netflix or Disney Plus or wherever it comes out on. I don't know, Paramount. One of these billion subscription things you have to watch a movie. So hopefully it'll make it on Netflix sometime or whatever.
But little thing that might make you not want to watch the movie, the Furious 5 isn't in it at all.
Yeah, it's just Jack Black and the Mr. Panda.
They mention it. They mention them, but they're like, oh yeah, they're all on missions or whatever.
I wonder if they were just going low budget, because if you get all those other high priced actors, you're gonna have to pay them money for it, and so maybe they're just hey, we can make $150 billion from this movie, and let's make more because we don't have to have, Jackie Chan and.
I don't like that as much because I'm pretty sure at the end they did show up or something.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay.
But anyway, it was a good movie. I always look, to me, anytime you're in the movies, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen some terrible movies, but even though, I think I've walked out of one movie. I think there's been one movie that was so bad that I walked out of it.
Wait, what movie was it?
I don't remember, but I know I've done it once.
You told me that this movie was terrible, and it's I Married an Axe Murderer or something.
So I Married an Axe Murderer. So this may be controversial. I know Grandpa Mike is an occasional listener to the podcast, and he, capital LOVES, loves that movie. He thinks it is so funny. And so I remember watching it when I was a kid, and it had some ha-ha moments, but and so I watched it with Addison a few years ago, and it was so stupid.
How so?
The plot's dumb, has the jokes that are supposed to be funny are stupid and corny. It's just not funny. It's just not good.
Yeah, okay.
So that's how. I got one last flex, and I think we need to wrap this up. Yeah. But I have a friend who is a major Lego collector, and we'll just name his first name Chad. He's probably not a listener either. But he has tons of Legos. I don't know if he's doing this, but I've encouraged him to do it because he likes to build them and display them.
Yeah.
But I said, hey, buy two. Display one, keep the box for the other, and just hold on to it. Because I think that's a flex. I think it's look how rich I am. I can buy 2 sets and not even build one of them.
So, I'm a huge lover of Legos. But I'm very disappointed in myself because when I was young, I would get angry and I would just destroy Legos. Legos that would be worth a ton right now. And so I'm because all those Legos would be so fun to play with and stuff like that.
Well, we still have them. You just got to find them and build them.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, we have a giant bucket that's 4 feet long.
We'll conclude by saying we are sponsored by Doc R. Haldeman LLC. Renee Haldeman practicing acupuncture at Renaissance Health Center.
Yeah.
We love what she's doing. She's doing a lot of really good things. A buddy of mine had some carpal tunnel issues.
Yeah.
Went saw Dr. Haldeman, and carpal tunnel issues are resolved.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. Especially when you got pain, work with mouses and computers a lot. I think he works in a lab with lab rats.
Yeah.
No, it's a computer mouse. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
But anyway, it just hurts when you're trying to type and you're like, man, why am I in pain? So anyway, little acupuncture was able to help him out.
Quote of the week.
Quote of the week
is by Tom Cruise, and it is, "Don't think, just do."
Just so you know, pretty sure that Michael Scott misquoted Tom Cruise on that.
Actually?
100%.
Oh.
100%, not a real quote. I mean, it's a quote from The Office, but it's not a real quote.
Okay. My bad. Michael Scott is so funny because he always says, a bunch of, sometimes he does, say quotes that are correct, but other times he'll be I don't know.
Well, he just messes him up, which is what makes it funny because he gets the gist of it, or he gets it but then twists it in the wrong. Like the one you did earlier, strike one, shame on you. Strike three, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
and it's also he said home was where the hardest. And he's like, no, home is where the heart is. He's like, oh, that makes more sense.
All right, we'll keep trying to do better. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Bye.